And we're live! Hey folks, Robert Lee here, by the hair of his chin. And I'm the executive video producer of ShaLaLaLa Productions, as well as the founder of ShaLaLaLa Productions, where we create marketing videos, as well as focus on providing live streaming service, focusing in the education and the medical field, as well as specialty in pop culture. And I'm here with
Matt Haas. Hi, everyone. I have YouTube channels, quite a lot of them. And I'm here to talk video production and email marketing and all of the things.
Yes, all the things as we teased earlier on before the show had start. And so before we get right into it, I thought I'd check in with Matt to hear what's going on. I was gonna say what's your beef, but I meant to say what's new going on in your neck of the woods.
Well, I got a new computer that's absolutely silent, and I minimized some of my windows, and I can hear the show talking back to me because something's open somewhere and I don't know where it's at. There we go. Okay, I found it again. And pause. All right. So that's good. Having an absolute silent environment is something I have wanted for a long time, since I switched out my MacBook Air to a 16-inch MacBook Pro Intel version with the big old fans in there that would kick on and interfere with the audio. So now I have a M1 Mac Mini, and I'm rocking that. I got the setup all dialed in, so I'm excited to be here on Verbose Wednesday on my new setup, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the new hardware. It's my daily driver. Everything, doing everything on the Mac. Video editing, emails, sending out work.
It's your jam.
It's my jam. How about you? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I mean, other than just trying to keep up, helping with the folks in Bro, I've been been focused on the giveaway I had announced before we went off the air about the video production business guidelines. So a lot of the back end stuff in terms of trying to promote it and just making sure it's up and running. And for those that had missed that last 2 weeks ago, let me just post the link there so that folks can check that out if for your interest. It's still free while we're talking at the moment. And as they say, pushing the buttons. And yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited to be able to get out there, share what I know in terms of helping others, specifically those that are trying to figure out how to price their service, if they're like freelancers or just starting out their video production business, as well as if you work for a medium large company and the boss said to you, hey, we need to shoot a video, go find people to do it. This will help them know like how to budget for that expense, if they're going to outsource it or if they want to try to do it themselves. So I've been get the word out about that. And I think you said something about before coming on here, you had like a free giveaway you were doing, Matt.
I do. Oh, hey, Artfully Blind with Diana showed up. Hi, Diana. Thanks for
Diana.
stopping by. And she does email marketing as well. But she has a decent list. That's great. Decent lists are that makes Robert and I happy. Well, my giveaway, my giveaway is tied to email marketing, so it hooks into our topic today. It is a checklist of everything I do to plan content before I publish content, because you always got to check a lot of boxes and fill out a lot of stuff and make sure everything's complete. And then marketing. So there's 3 areas: planning, pre-publish, and then marketing. And I have cobbled together this list over my almost 7 years on YouTube. And I figured, why not give it away for free? And if you sign up for my email list, you get it for free.
I thought I had the link here, so if you want to throw the link in the chat there for people to check out, let's do that. Oh, I forgot to throw this up there when you're talking about email marketing checklist.
There you go.
Come back. The scrolling went by. Let me see if I can try to pull that up there. It's supposed to say. Let me get that back there. It worked earlier, folks. Trust me. So, uh, as I
All
say,
right,
anything can
it's
happen.
in the chat room now. Matt's email list sign up.
Okay, cool.
And you know, it's not the prettiest document to look at. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. Let me share my screen.
All right.
Not toggle screen. Oh yeah, that's it. I think. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Got it.
And let me close this. It's just a plain old text document, but it's not meant to be pretty. It's meant to be useful. So this is everything I do to plan, everything I do to pre-publish, and everything I do after I publish. Post-publish is also called marketing. And I hope this helps some people. And again, it's for free. Now you could just freeze frame this live stream and get it for free without signing up for my email. Or you could sign up for my email, get the free document, and then unsign up for my email. That's totally fine too. I won't mind. But it's just a free way that I can distribute that. And I get to beef up my email list as well. Because if we're ready to transition into our topic, people need a reason to sign up to email lists. They won't sign up without a reason. Most people won't sign up without a reason, and that's a reason.
All right.
And that leads to our topic.
And for that, a perfect cue to cue up the old graphic Rooney.
Is there a way to have both of us on screen while that plays so we can both do this?
Who are you walking for? Talk to me.
Yeah, I just got it. Hang on, let me. Hey, Jean, we got it from here. Yeah, I just have to, as they say, push
That
the buttons.
reminds me of that Saturday Night Live sketch. Is this love? Baby, don't hurt me. You, me.
Exactly. So, yeah, to your point, or wait, yeah, to your thought, a perfect cue to topic about the email marketing. So I'm gonna clear the runway for you and have at thee.
Well, I am a big fan of email because it is direct communication from you to your audience, to specific people in your audience. And when you're talking email list, you usually blast out to everyone. You can segment your list and only send to part of it. I don't recommend that. So the whole point I'm making is when you post something to YouTube, YouTube will send out a little notification, a little box in the upper corner, and sometimes they'll send emails that you've posted something or you're going live, but they don't always. They don't know. You don't know how many they sent out. They certainly don't send it out to every subscriber. They certainly don't send it out to everyone who rang the bell. Even people that rang the bell may have disabled notifications on their phone from the whole app, because if a user disables the YouTube app notifications, it's not getting through. You know, because Apple can't override hardware settings on the phone. So there's all of these unknowns about whether or not your audience got the notification or not. But email is direct from you to them. Nothing can stop it. And that's powerful, because I don't know about you, but do you own YouTube, Robert?
I can hum a few bars.
But you don't own it. You might be able to hum a few bars, but you don't own it. Do you own Facebook?
I have stock, but that's about it. So.
Yeah. So do
but I know it's a different
Full
story.
Disclosure. Anyway, you own the connection between you and the user, and that's why I like email. And listen, People are going to make fun of you. They're like, don't you know it's 2021? Why are you still using email? That's an ancient technology. What are you, living in 1997, Robert, using email? Ha, ha, ha. Pay no attention to the haters. Haters going to hate. Email is a 100% viable form of marketing in this day and age. And I would argue it's probably one of your most valuable sources because it's direct to the audience.
Yep.
And that's Facebook's the worst. Facebook obfuscates your audience. You've got to pay to boost your post to reach your audience. They keep that very private. YouTube's a little bit better. YouTube, you can see your subscribe. You can see the channels who've subscribed to you.
Yep.
It's hard to pull out. It's hard to direct message all of your channel subscribers. So in that respect, YouTube makes it difficult, and rightfully so, because they want to control. They want to control your audience. Apple, if you do business with Apple, if you make an app and publish it on the App Store, you don't know who got your app. I mean, unless you make a requirement that they sign up for an account and then you capture it that way. But just Apple does the payment all obfuscated with app in-store app purchases. So all of these different things across the interwebs, you in the audience is obfuscated. There's someone between you and the audience, not with email. And here's a funny an anecdote or a little story. Douglas Adams, no, the guy who created Dilbert.
Yep.
Is that who it is?
Scott Adams.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Scott Adams, that's it.
Yep.
Douglas Adams. He wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Right. Anyway, Douglas Adams, from the very beginning, he collected email addresses from his fans of the Dilbert cartoon. Dilbert is a cartoon that appears in the newspaper. And he would shop around for book deals and stuff like that, and publishers would try and put the screws to him. And he's like, no, I got the audience. Like, my email list is going to sell this. Like, it's like, stop having the conversation what I, the Dilbert author, can do for you. And he flipped it around. What can you do for me? Like, he wore the pants. Like, he was the top dog. Right. And it was because he had access to his audience. So all of these early creators in the late 80s, early 90s that were doing this, wildly successful. And that same paradigm has held true throughout the decades. What do we got here from Diana? She says, yes, I've read how it's the most valuable form of marketing. Yes. Diana, you are wicked smart. She's clued in. She knows her stuff. Yeah. I mean, so anyway, that's yeah. Thumbs up aroo. Yep. That's why I like email marketing. Now, I also did the Yes Challenge. Yep. Which was a video editing challenge where I said I would give you an exercise and teach you a valuable technique that will boost engagement and retention on your YouTube videos. In other words, it will help you make the person watch your video the whole way through because you're doing a video editing technique. And the whole point was, if you want in this challenge, I'm going to deliver the exercises to you by email. So you got to get it on my email list. Right. Again, if you say, sign up for my email list because I'll keep you up to date on everything that's going on, I mean, that's a partially enticing type of message, but you need something more. So I did this challenge to build up my email list in the past, and now I'm doing this giveaway for the checklist. And again, to get the checklist, you sign up for my email. So you need, that's the point. That's the message that I'm trying to give here today. I build my email list significantly by joining a group where we offer one of our art e-courses for free. Hey, look at that. I love people using creative methods to get people to build up their email lists legitimately. Another thing about email is you can add people to your email list, or they can add themselves to the email list. And I always try and make the list members add themselves, because when you're using an email service, like a email newsletter service,
Right.
that is considered safer. What do I mean by safer? Safer legally, because there is the Can Spam Act that Congress passed decades ago that speaks directly to email and what you can and can't do. Bottom line is, unsolicited emails is, well, there's a law. There's a law against that. So if there were ever an issue where someone were to claim your message was spam, you could face consequences. You could face legal consequences for that. And when you're using an email service, and the email service has proof that the list recipient put themselves on the list, rather than you putting them on the list on their behalf, then that's a more safe legal ground for you to be on. Now, what the penalties are and what, I mean, there's a lot worse things you can do, legally speaking. So this is something to be cognizant of, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I always like to play it straight. I'm not out to game the system. I want people to engage with me who truly want to engage with me. I want people on my email list that want to be there. I want people subscribed that want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want people in Patreon that are donating to me that want to donate to me. Like, I don't want to cheat the system anyway. I don't want to buy subscribers. I don't want to buy email list members. I want it all organic, because that's powerful. I'm a firm believer in if you have 1,000 core fans, you can make a living off of that. You just need 1,000 people who are really into, people that, and you get that way organically. So I'm all about organic.
Yeah.
I also have one more piece. I have the Be Awesome on YouTube course.
Okay.
If you go to here, at the top of the page is to sign up for my course. And the course has 32 lessons that are free, but you have to sign up for the course. And when you sign up for the course, the terms of service say you also agree to get on Matt's email list. So I have the course as a way to entice people onto my email list. I did the Yes Challenge in the past. That's now closed. That was a way to entice people onto my email list. And now I'm giving away the content planning and content marketing checklist for free. A third way to get people in. So that's the message. People are static. They don't move. They don't take action unless there's a reason for them to take action. So give them a reason to take action, and they will. And that's what I'm about. My goal, my business goal, is to do free content, ad-supported free content, hopefully one day. And well, I do have ad-supported free content on this YouTube channel, but I want to get it on this one as well. And ad-supported and fan-supported. That's my business model. And an email list helps you get there. I should require them to confirm their subscriptions in a second email. Yeah, that's called double opt-in, or what's it called? That is a choice that you can make. I have the double opt-in. Now, a lot of these email services says, as long as someone puts their name and email address and hits the submit button, then they're in, no matter. Like, it doesn't confirm that they got the email and they get the, but I want people to get that email and say, click the button and you'll be on because that proves that it landed in their inbox. It proves they have access to the inbox. It proves they clicked the message. And then I can know with certainty when I send a second email, when I send one of my email newsletters, it's going to hit their back. So a lot of people don't need to do that. I'm not recommending everyone do it my way. You can do whatever you're comfortable. You can put people on the list yourself, like I said in the beginning, which I would recommend in most cases not to do.
Right.
Or you can have them sign up instantly, added to the list from what they enter into the form. Or the third option is they enter their credentials. It sends them an email and say finish signing up, and then they click the button and then they're confirmed. I like that last part.
Cool.
And then fill up that email newsletter, baby. Pack it with content. For me, I have trouble. Double opt-in. She confirmed.
Yep.
I have trouble deciding what not to put in my email newsletter because I do a lot of marketing. I try and do something online every day. Here, let me share my screen again.
Okay.
And and hide that. Notion, baby. So I have this, which is all of my content I've published, but I also have this hidden page here, and this hidden page is all of my marketing. So I'm starting to track all of this stuff. Like I bought this SSD drive. I got my twin monitor setup working with a cable. I did a little shout out to Thinkific, which is the company that hosts my course, and my marketing blurb was Thinkific is now a publicly traded company, and my blurb was I like partnering with solid companies that are there for you and they're not fly by night, and it was that kind of message. My new computer, and then I hit a cool milestone here where I broke the internet. I broke YouTube because it was greater than 999% sub increase because I was really hitting it hard. But anyway, the point is for the content of my email newsletter, look at this. I could say, like, if I published my last newsletter on the 25th of April, I've got 4 little articles I could do, or I could do a carousel of, if you missed any of my cool marketing, like this is what I talked about over the last week. That plus everything I've done on my channel, I can go back and highlight the lives I did or talk about the podcast. I don't publish podcast episodes often, but I did a couple weeks ago. 25th. How long ago was that? About a week ago. I could talk about any of these videos I published. Look, I was on a tear, the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, one a day. So I'm using my little cataloging service here from Notion, which is free. This is free to use. I'm not even paying for it. And that now will feed my email newsletter stuff.
Oh, sorry about that. Just
So,
throwing up the link for those that wanted to check out the replay on Matt's discussion about Notion. I threw the link in the discussion, which is a pretty neat way to be able to learn how you can use it to your advantage to really get organized with the material and the content you have out there, which is really cool.
I was talking to Kat Mulvihill. She is another streamer in the streaming community, and she's going to start doing a live stream weekly about Notion. I think she's going to do 4 sessions, and it's going to be Notion for content creation, and she's going to walk you through everything you need to know. I don't think anything's public yet, but maybe on a future show, if I have any details about that, I'll share it with the Verbose Wednesdays audience, and people who want to play with that can see what it's all about, because I am all about Notion. I'm digging it.
And I think you mentioned last time that she had did a demo for you and some others, and it sounded like it was what really got your attention with the use of
Yeah,
Notion.
she did a private Zoom, not private, but it was open to anyone who wanted to join. But it was not a live stream. Like you
Right.
couldn't see it on the internet. And yeah, she meant to go 45 minutes. I think we held her for 2 hours because there were like 6 people on the call, but it was me and one other nerd, and we just kept asking question after question, and the other people were like lost, like they didn't. No, I wouldn't say lost. That's not fair, but it wasn't clicking. Like it clicked with me. I was like, give me that Notion, baby.
It's like you and I'm guessing it's maybe James operating at this level, and everyone else is just like looking at it as just beyond the essential functions they need. So I can relate.
Hey,
Yes.
I have something fun we can do once we wind down this topic. I wanted to show you something I think you'd get a kick
Sure.
out of that's similar to Notion, but
Okay.
we can finish up this topic. What about email marketing? Can Do you have anything to share on the topic? Because I know you've had email lists for a while, and I think you're hitting it much harder now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I guess the point I had was a little bit different, where you talked about like email list building, and I think it's for me, it's a little bit more like retention, or at least how to engage with your audience once you receive the email. And I know that one video that works well in email marketing is essentially like a video email, like when you like correspond to like peers or colleagues, you write them an email. But what I find that really boost the engagement or response is you just it's a very targeted, specific, pretty much like a one-on-one type of a video where you're directing to one person. And the best example I have is like a follow-up type of call, but it's in the form of video, whether it's a previous discussion, or even if you like wanting to touch base. I mean, as long as you hit the specifics as to like what was the last discussion you had with the person or what have you, I mean, it's almost close to like an instant response you would get from the person the minute they receive that email, just because the way I had created the video was a little bit more, I guess, lack of better words, overkill, just in terms of just try to boost the production value, making sure that it's very targeted and to the point of the message, and and added some little basic graphics to just emphasize the point. And boy, did I tell you, it like the person that I was speaking to couldn't get on the phone or email fast enough that they get back to you. And that, I think it just resonates to, I think, some of the earlier talks we had with in high engagement, is just that that message is so inclusive, because you're just capturing talks or points made with the person for them to know that you're really paying attention, and just really trying to focus in on what it is, either helping them with a question, or just following up. And so that video, that type of video, really works well with email, to extent with
Yeah,
email.
and again, that's a response to one individual, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if you do
Okay,
it to like a larger scale, it gets
that's a little different than
that's a little
email
different.
marketing is one to many. It's
Right. So
but
it's so
this
for
this is an interesting take.
yeah. So I mean, so for that to one, it works really well. To one to many, I know like the video tends to be a little bit diluted, because it's a little bit more general in terms of trying to either specifically if you're doing like a demonstration or a product update. But I think for those types of videos that work well is if you're releasing a new product or a new service that addresses a specific pain that a lot of people share. That would be the closest example I could think of in terms of a one to many relationship, when you provide that video in the email marketing. The production value could vary, as long as you're really hitting to the specific message that you're trying to resonate with the audience to elicit engagement. Uh, in that case, in both examples, the four variables that you need to focus on is one, the audience. So you got to really know, like, am I talking to the person one on one or one to many? The other is to be able to measure the performance. Uh, Pretty simple with one to one. If they don't respond to you, you know that video's a dud. But at the same time, if they talk to you, I mean, if they get holy right away, then you know that that's a hit. Call to action, which is pretty straightforward as to when you speak to the person as to what you want him or her to do. So, like for the example I used earlier of the response, it was like following up with a conversation or call me back or we can meet for coffee as an example. One to many, it if it's like if we're using the example of the product demonstration, it may be like it could be maybe they want to have like a one-on-one session to learn more where they pick your brain, or if you're to ready to roll out or offer the service, it's just a matter of just getting people to sign up. And then the fourth variable is just more of a cost factor as to the amount of time and resources you can put into the video. Obviously, the more time and the more uh, panache or the more resources you can put in there, the more likelihood the response is going to get higher. So those are the four things that you gotta be able to hit upon when you do those types of videos in the email marketing, whether one to many, which is know your audience, your cost in terms of time, and the resources you can put in there, the measuring performance of it, and the call to action. So that was my the video example that I had to share.
Yeah, you really that's good. That's good because Diana just says talk about what's in the description of Verbose Wednesday on this episode, and I think we just did this about the number one way to get people to open emails. That particular one. Maybe we can hit that one for a little bit longer.
Yep.
I've got a couple thoughts about that.
Let's hear it.
First of all, put one emoji in every subject line of every email. I like to put an emoji in there, so that's fun. Two, have the subject line contain something enticing that they would want to click on. Give them a reason to open up that email. Another way to get people to open is I'll sometimes say on social media posts, I'm going to send an email tomorrow. If you're not on the list, get on the list because it's going to have details about XYZ.
Right.
And then that will get people on the list and then opening up the email that you send. And then, the holy grail would be to have a groundswell of information and people are like, oh, did you get that free thing in Matt's email? Well, I'm on his list, but I didn't see the email. Well, you better go get it. Like, check your inbox, dig down in your inbox. Like that will make people open it up. But look, you have to provide something valuable or people aren't going to do anything. What's in it for the person opening the email? And so treat the subject line of the email just like you would the title of a YouTube video. The title is a critical deciding point as to whether they're going to engage with it or not on YouTube. Same thing with the subject line of an email. It's a critical thing whether they're going to read it. I really like the yes challenge because if you didn't get the email, you didn't get the challenge. Right. And then people that were in the challenge that like, oh, that's right. We were supposed to get the email today, and then we're talking about it in the Facebook group. Oh yeah, Matt's, did you see Matt's challenge? Well, I'm in the yes challenge, but I didn't get the email. Oh, it's in my inbox. Oh, I just didn't know. Oh, okay. Scroll down the inbox and then find it. So, there's no magic. There's no magic answer. Do this and 100% of the people will open your email. I don't have that advice to share because that's just not the way people are. People change. People change day to day, hour to hour. They could be busy one week. They could be open the next week. They could really want and follow along with what you're doing, and they're going to want that information in the email, or they could be focused on other things. I mean, some people have great intentions of growing an awesome YouTube channel, and then their life changes and they don't want, so people kind of come and, you do the best you can.
Yeah.
Just do the best you can. Watch your open rates. A lot of these services will tell you uh, how many people opened the email. They'll tell you how many people clicked on stuff. They'll show you what was clicked on. Keep looking at those reports and try and discern what is resonating with your audience by looking at what people are doing with those emails. Because you get a lot of feedback from sending those emails if you use an email service. And yeah, so you just got to work it. Make things enticing. Put an action word in the subject line. Amazing, ultimate, fast and easy. Make money, and then you know, you got you got to play the game. You get it. You get it. That's what I
Yeah.
got.
Well, I'm not sure if this is maybe not like a be all end all solution, but one of the things I look at, especially whether it's video or your email marketing, is the idea of inclusion and just more like remembering, or at the very least just make note of I guess you could say like the listening skill. So if you put out an email or even like a video with the email, and you do get like a response, and if it's a good one that you can incorporate into your message or in the video, even if it's not like a direct acknowledgement word by word, the fact that um, incorporate in your message or in terms of what value you have to offer, that I think it would get the attention in that it's, I guess it plays with the idea like what's in it for me. It's more like uh it's more in return like, okay, what's in it for me is that that you listen to me, that I listen to what you have said, and either if it's something that you can take action for, I mean that's pretty cool. But if it's one where at least it gives more opportunity to give thought as to whatever the point or value that you have to make, it's kind of creating that virtual conversation where even though that person's not in that same room to you, it's the idea of being able to include the feedback of that person into that message. It's a little hard when it's if you're doing it to like to a mass audience than if it's like a one-to-one uh, type of a email where you're virtually talking with the person. But if done right in terms of just being able to present it in a way where like XYZ had got back to me about a demo we did, and we heard other people making the same points, and here's our thought as to how we address it. That I think that provides like a type of powerful message or marketing to let them know like, hey, we hear what you say. Here's our response. So it's, I guess it's just a matter that if you're able to provide that type of an approach, I think that helps increase your chances to get the type of response or the engagement that you're looking for with your email marketing. And the hope is that it feeds off, and that when word catches fire as the type of interaction that they have to have um, that type of experience, that it carries over. It's a little weird where you're providing like a intangible to like a tangible type of experience, but if done right, it does have that type of response or the type of outcome that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then I usually add with the caveat that I do still reserve the right to be wrong too. So
Oh yeah, I'm wrong a lot. That ain't no thing.
but
Better to try something and be wrong than to do nothing and be dormant.
okay. I know. Since I know like Diana had asked us to make sure we got to the point of the topic. Was there any questions you had for us, Diana? I was gonna say we'll give her a second, but yeah, I mean those are the thoughts I had. I mean, with the work I do in video production, I think the challenge for us, or at least for me, it's a balance of being able to try to do that, as well as to provide the type of content that is of value to the audience, and as well as the added challenge of just being able to let people know like what we do. So um, it's a bit of a juggling act in terms of just not coming off too salesy, but at the same time you want to be able to provide a value as to make it worth the while as to why they're subscribing to your newsletter, and to be able to present the information. Um, I know that.
I gotcha.
I know that. Yeah. So that's pretty much in a nutshell.
Okay, before we leave, do you want to see my new nerdy special thing I was talking about? Okay.
Nerd away.
All right. This
Hang on,
I
let
am
me.
such an I am such a nerd. Here was my problem, Robert.
Okay.
Okay. In the description of my live streams, I like to put where I'm going to be live streaming in the future. Okay? And then what I ended up doing was breaking my neck going back and forth because like if I were to say, okay, if Monday's show is the 3rd of May. Now that was already in the past, but let's just for this exercise, was if it was Monday the 3rd, what date would be Friday?
Eighth.
And then what date would what would be 7th? What date would
Oh,
be
oops.
Tuesday? What date would be Wednesday?
So it's the fifth this week.
Yeah, and what date would be Thursday?
Six.
Yeah, well, see, and so I would do this, and it's easy to do if you do all three at the same time. But I wasn't doing all three. I would only do them. I would only write them when I had the URL. So look what I did here. So
Okay, let's see.
I
Let's give it the old Matt cam here. Hang on. All right, go
Oh.
ahead.
is my you can still see myself, right? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
My camera's still coming through. So I made this utility in FileMaker Pro. So you put the date in, and then it writes these paragraphs out for me. And in the paragraph, it says this is 7 days from here. This one is 3 days from there, 4 days, and then 5 days. And then it takes this and it puts it on. So like the next one would be, so the next one would be the 10th. Okay, so if Monday is the 10th, what's Friday? Okay, well, I don't even have to think about it. Boom, it's the 14th. And then Thursday's the 13th. This is the 12th. And then when I put the URL in there,
Yeah.
it sticks it in there automatically. So basically, I can just put in one date, drop in the URLs of the shows where I'm going to be. This is all things YouTube, Verbose, Mind Equals Blown, and then VF Talks. And then I could just take this, copy it, and then paste it in my paste it into my description of my video. Because, this is something that, okay, Matt, they're just dates. Like, how hard is it? Like, come on. But I'm serious. And I would always get one of them wrong. Like, I wouldn't get them all wrong all the time, but just one of them wrong. And then it just throws the whole wrench in the works. So I scripted that, put it together, and now I'm going to have accurate date information for where I'm going to be. And this is also in Notion too, but I wanted it formatted with the little emojis and, it's not just a Excel table. It's not just, but it's an actual paragraph. That's so. I geeked out with my database tool, FileMaker Pro, and
Okay.
I just thought you'd get a kick out of that because time savers. I stream every week, 52 weeks of the year. So I'm doing this exercise. If this can save me a minute, well, that's 52 minutes at the end of the year, Like, come on. Anyway, I don't know if that was too geeky or what, but I got a kick out of that.
That's all good. It's better for me. I know, like earlier. Wait, this is May last month when we released the video that we had collaborated with Just B and E for this mug. I caught their live stream the other day, and they happened to ask if I have used the mug yet, and I gotta admit I was a little nervous to use it just because I've been using it as a display piece, but they but they did write a note let me know that it was microwave safe and I could use it, so I may have to like eventually have to break that in, but I'm a little bit oh, I think I got mine right here finally. I still gotta break that in too.
I don't have a Just B&E mug, but I've got.
Oh, that was
audio.
That was a custom one, but yeah, I mean, it's like the purpose of getting a mug or a cup is to drink out of it, but it's like, oh, it looks so nice. Do I really want to use it? So it's like the idea, like when those collectors when they get those toys and they don't take it out of the box and they don't use it to play mugs. It's almost like that, but unintentionally. But anyway,
Oh, come on.
that was my mug geek talk today. I don't know. So, but
right.
that's great.
That's what I got for everybody.
Yep, same here. Let's get that link again so people know where to go for where they can get your for the free handout that you were sharing.
Whoops.
I think
Put something else in my clipboard. One second.
Okay. And then for those that are interested, get the old free while it still is of the video production business budgeting guideline. Let me throw that link in there before I forget.
All right. My email list is now in the chat.
Nice. Okay. And then here's the link again.
I love the URL. It's EEP URL, EEP URL, because Mailchimp has a monkey as the mascot, as the logo, and it's EEP because monkeys go EEP 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 EEPURL.com.
I was trying to figure out what I couldn't really make the connection till now. Like, okay, that makes sense. All right, so it's like
Yeah, no.
yeah. So there's Matt's link and whoops.
Yeah, you use the unshortened version. I have a version that looks like that too, but I use the shortened version.
Got it. Let me just get that link to share on the.
What I should do is I should build a forwarder on my website and have it be allthingsyoutube.com/mail or something, and then have it forward to the EEP URL, and then have it,
Got it.
Maybe I should do that. I don't know.
Exactly.
Because that's what I do for Ecamm. When I say sign up for Ecamm, it's allthingsyoutube.com/Ecamm. It's just a page with a forwarder on it. So it loads that page on my website, and then it forwards you into the Ecamm service with my affiliate code embedded. Anyway, you get it. You get it.
Got it. So that's about it. Other than that, were there any final thoughts that you have before we?
Final thoughts about what I'm doing in the future. I am going to make. Oh, Spirit, throw me a bone here. Hi, Brenda. I'm going to do a video where I walk through my office and I point out all of the gear and all of the lights. Everything I'm going to disclose and give links if you want to buy that exact same item. And then I'm going to do a follow-up video on the woodworking that I've done that you can't see. Like there's woodworking for the gear. Look at this. Like I made this stand for my microphone, and I made it out of obviously wood. I've got a lamp over here I made out of wood. I have a ball head essentially for my camera that's made out of wood. I've got risers for the monitors. I've got a shelf in the back of a monitor. I've made that subscribe sign with a moving, oscillating bell. I've done a lot of weird things I made a grommet for a pole because grommets are expensive. And I just think it would be interesting to see what I've cobbled together on the cheap to make my video and audio gear better and avoid buying very expensive things. Like, are you familiar with that product called VeriPole? It's a big heavy pole that you could put into the ground, and it telescopes up to the ceiling, and then you can crank it, and so it's held on by pressure, but it won't tip over.
Yeah.
And then you can mount heavy cameras or lights to it, stuff like that. Well, instead of buying a VeriPole, I dropped one of these. This black thing there is a microphone stand.
Okay.
They're really heavy duty microphone stands. They're like pro microphone stand. So I made a piece of wood and attached it to the desk with a seat. So anyway, I rigged up a piece of wood to hold up the microphone stand to put the eye in the sky camera, because I have a camera. Anyway, I've done a lot of weird things, so that's going to be a follow-up video. First video is going to be all of my gear.
Okay.
And the second video is going to be all of the woodworking things I did to support my gear, which is really crazy. I mean, my camera is on a pedestal that articulates forward.
Yep.
And then it's got a table on top that articulates this way. Mm-hmm. So I could literally bend the thing and get this in the exact position that I because I didn't want to buy a $200 ball head for it. Anyway, that's what I got going on. What do you got going on, Robert?
Well, let's see. Brenda says, yes, she needs a VeriPole. And we got a question actually from Diane. She asked, how do you get that sign up link? How do I create it on my Mailchimp?
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll show you.
All right.
Can I show you?
Show us.
All right, I'll show you.
All right.
Take me a minute to get there.
Yep.
Hold on. Okay. What you do is you go to Audience, Sign Up Forms. So Audience, Sign Up Forms. And then under Form Builder, go to that. And then here is, now this is a confusing interface because all of this down here is linked to this drop-down menu. This bottom part will refresh for every one of these. So this is the sign-up form itself, which is the default. I just ask for email first, last. All of this stuff is hidden. You know, this is stuff that's in the database, but it's all empty. I don't ask for it. And then you can do the opt-in confirmation email, what that would look like. And then you do the confirmation thank you page, what that would look like. Because like now that they've signed up, I'm like, hey, you might as well get in my Facebook group. Oh, hey, have you subscribed to me on YouTube? You might as well do, you know. So, and then blah, blah, blah. Right here, Diana, that's the sign up form URL. Right there. So it's audience, sign up forms, and then put this to sign up form, fill this out the way you want, and then grab that URL, and this is what you publish from. That's it. That's how you do it. That's all she wrote.
Yep. And Diana, I put a time code in the chat as to where Matt begins the answer to your question. So if you're having a little trouble keeping up with the note taking, that's where you can start the video at that point. And that's so sorry. To answer your question, what's going on with me? You know, it's a matter of just constantly keeping up with the marketing. I know that we're still trying to make a little bit of tweaks on the website to try to put some updated videos. Working with John on it in terms of to update us to the service that we're offering. So it was a matter of just trying to match up with the different type of a theme that we try to put on the homepage, where the initial marketing video is kind of like more like not in your face, but just more like, you know, coming at you as the bold approach of how we can help others. So so it's just a matter of keeping up with that and just trying to keep up with the email newsletter that we released a couple days ago where we just gave tips on what people can do to troubleshoot with their audio with the live streaming. So, um, and just keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. That's the whole ball of wax.
One more thing, then I'm done. I promise. Piano, awesome. I'm gonna make a video of Dick Dale and the Deltones.
Really?
It's the intro song to Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It'll be short, but it'll be a lot of fun. So if you want to get some epic movie themed piano content, Piano Awesome's where you want to be. Right there it is. Piano Awesome.
So are you gonna be in character when you play it?
No, but I'm gonna do like the video scroll of the logo, and then I'm gonna have the dance scene going while I'm playing the piano with John Travolta and where they're in Jack Rabbit Slims doing the dance contest. Oh, it's gonna be fun! It's gonna be fun! I guarantee it's gonna be fun. It's fast. It's a crazy song. It's fun. Looking forward to that.
Oh man, well, I'm sure with when you're on with Brenda G, I'm sure she'll probably have some ideas of some dance moves you could cut while you're playing.
There is no shortage of ideas with Brenda G.
And when can folks catch out the next show?
7 p.m. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern on Brenda G's Designs. Check out Brenda G's Designs on the YouTubes. She is amazing. I love me some Brenda G. She is so fun. So fun.
Nice. And other than that, I think that's about it. Just double checking to see, make sure that we didn't miss any questions.
Bye, Diana. She's got to jump. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Diana. Thanks for stopping
by. Drop a
by.
like if you haven't already.
And
please.
And I think that's about it. Just a little bit.
All right. Until next week. Thank you, Robert.
Anytime. So that's all for now, folks. If you missed it earlier, you can always check the replay here, as well as to go to ShaLaLaProductions.com, where we have a page dedicated to previous episodes of Verbose Wednesday that folks can check out. Otherwise, if you're following us here on the YouTube channel or on the Facebook business page, once the video ends, it'll start up from the beginning. Start up from the beginning that you can catch out. So that's all for now. Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. And that's it. Oh, I thought I had a new ending, but we'll just go to the default one. Take it easy, everyone.
Bye, everyone.